Hello everybody, this is Mr. Uberduck and welcome back to another redstone video. Today I have something pretty cool for you. You may be able to tell already that it is in fact a cave door. But not just any cave door. You may be able to tell by these 4 corner blocks, which are completely flat with the wall, that it's a flush cave door. Oh yeah. So if we just check this thing out by flicking this lever, it opens in what you could call a nice spiraling pattern. I'll leave that to you to decide. Now, despite the not very tidy opening and closing animations, at least it's symmetrical once it's opened. The pistons, although you can see them, they're in a nice pattern. And it doesn't really bother me too much, in my opinion, so you know, that's fine, isn't it? But this design wasn't made for beauty, it was made for smallness, if that's a thing. Yeah, let's see the redstone. There it is. Too wide and awesome. It's pretty cool if you ask me, and yeah, I just think it's really awesome. The cool thing about this is that it's smaller than a normal 3x3 door. Despite the actual door bit being 3 deep, the redstone components don't have to go any more than 2 wide. So I managed to squeeze it into that space, and that allows for a very small 3x3 flush door alternative. This thing comes in at 2 blocks wide, 9 blocks long, and 10 blocks tall, making it 180 blocks in volume, which is very small. It's actually a bit bigger than my drop down staircase thing over there, but you know, the piston layout takes up so much more space, so don't really go off that fact. And even better, it's really simple to build, so let's hop right in with this tutorial, shall we? So let's start with the layout. You're going to want to place 2 pistons like that for a double extender, and 1 piston next to it, and this will be on your left side. And then you build those blocks up, and let's just start with our frame. So just fill in these blocks, and this will give you a point of reference when you're putting in the other pistons which are necessary for the layout. Then you want to get rid of that block and this block, and this may be tricky in survival, but you've got to get at an angle to be able to place these pistons facing downwards, so that's quite tricky. I will do this slowly so you have time, hopefully, to do it in your survival world with some preparation. And just place 5 pistons in a kind of U shape like this, with the one on its own on the front of the door, with this being the front. The double extender is on the back. Now we have to go onto the other side, where we have 1 piston like this, then come down and break this block and this block and place those pistons in. Now you're gonna mirror what you did on the top and place these pistons facing upwards, 2 on each side and 1 in the middle on the front side, like so. And then, if I don't fall into the void, you should be done. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. Those pistons shouldn't be there, they should be 1 block higher. Sorry about that. Let's just replace them. Not hard to fix, or shouldn't be anyway. And I'm just messing this up now. And just break these ones. So that's your layout. Now if I just demonstrate with redstone blocks, we would power these, and that would get your center block. Power all those, and then these pistons, like that. Power the side one, power all these, and power these pistons. And you can see that that's all we have to do to get this nice looking cave door. So now we start with the wiring. Just to note, everything you need in this build is in my hotbar. If you equip yourself with a stack of each except cauldrons and water buckets, you need 2 cauldrons and 2 blocks of water, so just 1 bucket. If you get a stack of each, you'll have plenty to be able to make this door, and you should be able to do it no problem, so just bear that in mind. You can see it only requires 9 different items. Now you want to start by placing 3 blocks like this on the back piston of the double extender, breaking the top two and placing a dust on that one. That is going to be your input. Then you want to place a block underneath the back piston, then a repeater coming out of that block on one tick, and that's the extension for your double piston extender. Now to power this one single piston on the side, you want to place this single block there, and you can see the extension for that side is done. Wasn't that easy? Okay, now for these pistons here, and the way we're going to do this, if I just grab my redstone block, is send a pulse into these first, then this one. Then for the retraction, we need to depower this one first, then these two. So these ones here should stay on for a lot longer than this one right here, because they need to activate first, but deactivate last. So the way we do that is just put an instant signal into here, and this piston will already be powered from this repeater going into the block, and that sorts out the extension because it's at the exact same time. And then to get a 2-tick delay, which is what we need for the pistons to function, place a repeater coming out of this, then a block on the front of that repeater, a dust underneath that block, and then a block on the other side with a repeater coming out that way. And that gives us 2 ticks of delay, but unfortunately we're going to need to add another tick of delay, so it's slightly slower than it needs to be, just to place a dust there, but that saves a lot of space because we can power a lot at once. Now on this side, just place a block on the side of that dust, and a repeater coming out of that block, and then a dust pointing into a block which is underneath this piston here. Now if we look at this, you see it extends and retracts nicely, and it's also extending this part of the circuit as well. That's an added benefit of having it in this small of a space. Now we're going to do the same but for the other side. So what we do here is get a block up here with a dust on it, and if you place a block on top of the dust, it should be in line with this piston, so that's how you can check that. It looks like so. And then just bring blocks down like this in a zigzag line. Place a torch on that one and a torch on that one, so the dust at the top should be off right now. And then place a repeater, a repeater here, and then a dust on the front, excuse me. So that's the power for this one taken care of. It will get powered when it's pushed up, but no sooner. Now for these ones here, we're going to need to get power into this one. So we just bring a repeater under here like that, because luckily, if you remember from earlier, this dust is pointing into all three, and this one is already powered. Now this bit is slightly tricky. What you want to do is place 2 blocks here with 2 2-tick repeaters on them, and then a torch here with a block on top, and that will hopefully do the retraction and extension for the bottom bit of the door. There we go. We just need the double extender and the top ones now. We're getting somewhere. So here is where the fun begins. We got to do the double extender. Unfortunately, I had to add another layer onto the side for this, but it's not too much of a problem. So just place a block on the side of that dust with a torch on it, and then come up, place another torch there, block, and a final torch here. Then a piston on top of that torch, and this is where you need your cauldrons. Whoops. So just get your cauldrons, one of the 2, and fill it with water. It has to be completely full. And then place a comparator right here, so it's not on when the door is retracted. That's exactly what you want, because if you place it up here, it will power the top ones when the others are depowered, and that's exactly what we don't want. So just place it with the block on the body of the piston and the repeater on top of that block, and then you need to place dust going up like this with a 2-tick repeater here, a 1-tick repeater here facing into a block, and we're going to need a slab. That's something I forgot to put in my hotbar. You probably won't have them because I'm an idiot. Bring slabs. Yes, bring slabs. So that's that bit. Now we need to place blocks like that, basically surrounding the cauldron. Place 1 repeater and 1 repeater here, and choose one of them to be put at 2 ticks. It doesn't matter which one, but just anyone at 2 ticks. And now, to finish it off, you may not think this double extender is being powered from this, but it actually is, because this block is directly above this one here, just with the block in between. So we need a way of updating that, and to do that, just place a piston here, or if you're a cheapskate, get a normal piston, not sticky, and place it there, and that will activate it as well. So now if we check, let's just see, there's the extension for most of it done, and the retraction also. So now we've just got a very easy part to do. Come up here, on this block that you had earlier, place another cauldron with more water in it, a slab on the side of that piston, and then a comparator. Comparator's just there, and then a block coming out of the comparator. Then it blocks like this. So those 3 blocks, dust, 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 and a 2-tick repeater, and that is your whole door done. If we just check it here, we can see it extends nicely, or it should. Why has that not worked? Ah yes, I know, you need a block there, or else it won't update. And then, let's try that again. Please put that block there, or else it won't work. There's the extension, and there's the retraction. So there's your 180 3x3, 180 blocks, 3x3 flush cave door. If you did enjoy, please remember to leave a like down below, and also a comment if you got something I can improve on. And I guess I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day.